before you can stay relentlessly focused, before you can rise above the noise and refuse to be distracted, you must first understand one undeniable truth: purpose is power. The moment you know why you exist, the moment you can clearly articulate your mission in life, something extraordinary happens. You gain direction. You gain focus. You gain an inner compass that no storm, no temptation, no distraction can sway. So many people drift through life, reacting to circumstances, responding to every beep, notification, an opinion that crosses their path. They live in the shadow of distraction because they have never asked themselves the fundamental question: why am I here? What am I meant to accomplish? Without a clear purpose, your energy is scattered. Your effort is diluted, and every distraction, no matter how small, becomes a thief of your potential. Purpose is not just a lofty idea. It is practical. It is tangible. It shapes your decisions. It guides your daily actions. When your purpose is clear, you can measure every opportunity against it. If it aligns, you pursue it relentlessly. If it doesn't, you have the strength to say no, to walk away, to refuse what would derail your destiny. That is the power of clarity. Clarity of purpose also ignites passion. When you know your mission, you will no longer tolerate mediocrity. You will refuse to settle for ordinary. You will demand of yourself what others are not willing to demand. Your focus becomes a weapon, a force that cuts through distraction and drives you toward the extraordinary. But clarity requires honesty. It requires looking deeply into yourself and admitting who you are, what you value, and what you are capable of achieving. It requires stripping away the illusions, the false expectations, the shoulds imposed by society, and discovering the core of who you are and what only you can contribute to this world. Once you have clarity, focus becomes inevitable. The mind that is clear on its purpose cannot be easily persuaded. The heart that understands its mission will not be satisfied with anything less. And the life that is guided by deliberate intent will produce results that are significant, lasting, and transformative, not just for you, but for everyone you touch. So if you want to stay relentlessly focused, if you want nothing to distract you until you achieve what is worth achieving, start here. Define your purpose. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Let it burn within you. Because clarity is not a luxury, it is the foundation of every success, every breakthrough, every life of meaning. And without it, focus is fleeting and greatness remains just a dream. Once purpose is clear, the next step is focus, not casual attention, not fleeting concentration. I'm talking about unwavering focus, a laser-like determination that keeps your mind and heart locked on the prize, no matter what comes. Focus is the bridge between knowing your purpose and achieving your destiny. Without it, your dreams remain ideas and your potential remains untapped. The world is full of distractions. Every day, we are bombarded with messages, opinions, and temptations that pull us in 1,000 directions. Social media, noise, trivial conversations, endless opportunities that do not align with your mission. All of it is designed to scatter your mind. But the person who learns to focus is the person who rises above. The person who focuses knows that every moment spent off course is a moment wasted, a step away from destiny. Focus is not about ignoring life. It is about prioritizing what matters most. It is about discipline. The discipline to say no when the world yells yes, to resist comfort when it asks for surrender, to keep moving forward even when fatigue tempts you to stop. Focus is a decision you make daily. It is not something that happens accidentally. It is a choice, and the choice determines the outcome. There's power in focus. When your energy is concentrated, you achieve more in a single day than most people accomplish in a year. The mind that is focused becomes creative, resilient, and unstoppable. Every action, every thought, Every effort is aligned with your purpose. You begin to see opportunities that others overlook, solutions that others cannot imagine, results that others think are impossible. That is the fruit of focus. But focus demands sacrifice. It demands that you guard your time, your energy, and your attention as though they were treasures, because they are. It demands that you remove distractions, cut loose toxic influences, and make hard choices every single day. Nothing worth achieving comes without this kind of unwavering dedication. Focus also builds momentum. The longer you stay on course, the easier it becomes to continue. Each victory, no matter how small, compounds. Each step toward your goal strengthens your resolve. Each challenge you overcome reinforces your determination. And eventually, you become a force of nature, a person so committed to their purpose that nothing can derail you. Remember this. Focus is not optional. For the person who desires greatness, it is a requirement. Without focus, knowledge remains unused, opportunities pass by, and potential is squandered. But with focus, even ordinary individuals accomplish extraordinary things. You must train your mind, discipline your habits, and protect your attention. Do this, and you will find that distractions lose their power. Obstacles shrink before your determination, and success becomes inevitable. Stay relentlessly focused. Guard your mind. Align your actions. Let nothing distract you, because the life you are meant to live, the destiny you are called to fulfill, is worth every ounce of discipline you can muster. There is a truth that few people want to face. Anything that is worth having requires sacrifice. If you want a life of comfort, you can have it. If you want a life of convenience, it is available. But if you want a life of significance, a life that leaves a mark, a life that changes not only your story, but the stories of others, then you must be willing to give up what feels easy today for what will matter tomorrow. Sacrifice is not punishment. It is the price of purpose. It is the investment that transforms potential into achievement. It is the refusal to settle for what is fleeting in order to embrace what is eternal. Too many people want success without surrender, fulfillment without effort, greatness without struggle. But life does not work that way. Anything worth achieving is never handed to you. It is earned, step by step, choice by choice, sacrifice by sacrifice. Sacrifice begins in the mind. You must first decide that the temporary pleasures of today will not distract you from the long-term rewards of tomorrow. That means saying no to indulgence when discipline calls. It means resisting comfort when growth demands effort. It means walking away from distractions, toxic relationships, and shallow pursuits that steal your focus and your future. Every yes to a trivial thing, the no to your destiny. Every compromise is a delay in your purpose. Yet, sacrifice is not only about denial, it is about prioritization. It is about understanding that your energy, your time, your talent, and your attention are sacred resources. They must be spent on that which truly matters. This is why significant people live differently. They make decisions differently. They invest differently. They are willing to let go of the ordinary in order to embrace the extraordinary. The most successful, the most fulfilled, the most impactful people are not those who had everything handed to them. They are the ones who refused to settle, who endured the discomfort of today so they could create a legacy tomorrow. They understood that sacrifice is not suffering, it is strategy. It is the tool that allows focus to remain unbroken, that allows purpose to become reality, that allows dreams to be transformed into accomplishments. Remember, significance always demands something. It demands time, effort, discipline, and sometimes courage to step into the unknown. But every moment you sacrifice wisely compounds into progress. Every choice to prioritize purpose over pleasure brings you closer to the life you were born to live. Every action aligned with destiny builds the foundation for impact that will outlast you. So, embrace sacrifice. Do not fear it. Do not resent it. Understand that it is the vehicle that carries you from mediocrity to greatness. If your vision is worth it, then your discipline is worth it. If your purpose matters, then your sacrifice is not a loss, it is an investment. And when you look back at your life, you will not regret the hardships you endured for significance. You will celebrate them as the very steps that led you to your destiny. Every journey worth taking is met with resistance. Every dream worth pursuing is challenged. Every purpose worth fulfilling faces opposition, sometimes from the world, sometimes from circumstances, and often from within yourself. Resistance is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are on the path to something meaningful. The question is not if you will face resistance, it is how you respond to it. Persistence is the answer. It is the unshakable determination to keep moving forward when obstacles rise, when doors close, when others doubt you, and when your own doubts threaten to pull you back. Persistence is not stubbornness. It is strategic endurance. It is the refusal to quit. Not because the journey is easy, but because the reward is worth every challenge you encounter. Resistance comes in many forms. It may come as criticism, rejection, financial strain, fatigue, or fear. Sometimes it comes in the disguise of comfort, whispering that you should settle, wait, or compromise. But those who are relentless in their focus understand that resistance is temporary, while the results of persistence are eternal. Every obstacle is a test, and every test is an opportunity to prove your commitment to your purpose. Persistence is born from belief. You must believe in your purpose more than you fear the resistance. You must believe that your vision is greater than your trials. When you encounter difficulty, remind yourself that no great achievement was ever attained without struggle. Mountains are climbed by those who step forward. Despite the steep slopes, storms, and exhaustion, rivers are crossed by those who wade through currents that push against them. Resistance does not define the outcome. Persistence does. Persistence also requires preparation. It is not blind endurance. It is disciplined, focused, and informed. It is understanding that resistance is part of the process and equipping yourself to overcome it. Study, plan, train, and anticipate challenges. Prepare your mind, body, and spirit to persevere. Because when resistance comes, as it inevitably will, you will not be shaken. You will be ready. And there is a reward for persistence that cannot be overstated: growth. Every time you refuse to quit, every time you push past the opposition, you become stronger, wiser, and more capable. Resistance shapes you into the person capable of handling the success that awaits. It tests your commitment, sharpens your focus, and deepens your resilience. Without it, your achievements would not carry the weight or the significance they deserve. So, embrace resistance as a companion on your journey. Do not fear it. Do not fight it in anger. Face it with courage, strategy, and unwavering determination. Persist when others falter. Persist when the road is long and the nights are dark. Persist when every instinct tells you to give up. Because persistence against resistance is not just a choice, it is the path to greatness, the bridge between your purpose and your destiny. One of the greatest enemies of success is the desire for instant pleasure, the urge to satisfy today what should be invested for tomorrow. The world teaches us to want quick results, immediate recognition, and short-term comfort. But the person who achieves greatness knows a different truth. Vision is more powerful than impulse, and patience is the pathway to significance. Immediate gratification is tempting. It whispers that you deserve a break, that you can postpone effort, that you can take the easier road. But those who give into it rarely reach their destiny. They live in cycles of temporary satisfaction, never building, never creating, never leaving a mark. Vision, on the other hand, requires delayed satisfaction. Vision demands that you endure discomfort today for rewards tomorrow. It asks you to sacrifice what is fleeting in order to gain what is lasting. When you have a clear vision, you see beyond the distractions, beyond the fleeting pleasures, beyond the noise of the world. You are able to weigh choices not by immediate reward, but by long-term impact. You learn to prioritize investment over indulgence, progress over procrastination, and purpose over pleasure. This is the power of Visio. And it trains your mind to act strategically, your heart to endure challenges, and your spirit to persevere when the present tempts you to quit. Vision also transforms patience into power. The person who can wait, who can delay satisfaction, who can labor in the unseen for the promise of what is yet to come, develops resilience that cannot be broken. Every small step taken toward a long-term goal compounds into momentum. Every sacrifice made for a future outcome strengthens your commitment. And every disciplined decision made consistently brings you closer to the destiny that immediate gratification would have denied. The principle is simple. You cannot allow your life to be governed by what feels good today if you want it to matter tomorrow. True leaders, creators, and achievers understand that greatness is a harvest, not a moment. They plant seeds now, water them with effort, and trust that the fruits of their labor will come in due season. This is the mindset that separates those who drift from those who lead, those who follow from those who influence, and those who settle from those who leave a legacy. Vision beyond immediate gratification also requires courage. It is not easy to resist the comfort of the present when the promise of the future is uncertain, but faith in your purpose, clarity in your mission, and discipline in your focus will carry you forward. Every choice to invest in your destiny rather than indulge in today's fleeting pleasure compounds into the XT. Ordinary life you were meant to live. So cultivate vision. Train your mind to see beyond the now. Value long-term significance over short-term comfort. Delay pleasure for purpose. And remember, the greatest rewards in life are reserved for those who can endure the temporary discomfort of discipline in order to achieve the permanent satisfaction of fulfillment. Your vision is your compass, and patience is your strength. Follow them, and nothing, no distraction, no temptation, no obstacle can derail you from your destiny. After clarity of purpose, unwavering focus, sacrifice, persistence, and vision, there comes a reward unlike any other: fulfillment. Fulfillment is not just success measured in wealth, recognition, or titles. It is the deep satisfaction that arises when your life aligns with your purpose, when your efforts reflect your values, and when your journey produces results that matter. It is the peace that whispers, "I have lived as I was meant to live." Fulfillment is the fruit of discipline. It is earned by those who refuse to be distracted, who stayed the course when everything in the world, and sometimes in themselves, tempted them to give up. It is the reward of those who understood that temporary discomfort is the price for lasting significance. Every challenge overcome, every sacrifice made, every decision aligned with purpose leads to this moment of profound satisfaction. Too many people chase pleasure or recognition, mistaking it for fulfillment. They exhaust themselves in pursuit of things that fade, things that leave them empty inside. True fulfillment, however, comes when your actions, your achievement, and your life story reflect the person you were created to be. It is not accidental, it is deliberate. It is the culmination of discipline, focus, and vision brought to life. Fulfillment also inspires influence. When you live fully in alignment with your purpose, others are drawn to your example. Your commitment, your persistence, your willingness to prioritize significance over comfort becomes a beacon. You create a ripple effect that impacts your family, your community, and even generations that come after you. The life of fulfillment is never just personal. It is transformational. And here is the most important truth. Fulfillment is worth every trial, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, every sacrifice, every act of self-discipline. It all becomes meaningful when you reach the life you were destined to live. You will look back and realize that nothing was wasted, that every hardship was a stepping stone, and every distraction avoided brought you closer to your destiny. Fulfillment does not come to those who drift, who chase convenience, or who give in to the immediate. It comes to those who stay relentlessly focused, who refuse to surrender to distractions, who see beyond the temporary, and who persist through resistance with unwavering faith in their purpose. It is a reward reserved for the few who understand that Lee. Faith is not about what is easy, it is about what is significant. So pursue fulfillment with all your heart. Align your life with purpose. Guard your focus. Embrace sacrifice. Persist through resistance. Keep your vision beyond the immediate. And when fulfillment arrives, it will not only bring joy, it will bring peace, confidence, and a legacy that lasts long after you are gone. This is the ultimate reward of a life lived intentionally, a life of impact, meaning, and significance. Where this speech is delivered, it does more than fill the room. With words, it ignites a fire within every listener. People leave not just motivated, but transformed. They gain clarity about their purpose, seeing their lives with sharper focus than ever before. Every distraction suddenly loses its appeal, and every trivial worry seems smaller against the backdrop of a greater vision. Listeners feel a renewed sense of discipline and determination. They understand that unwavering focus is not optional, it is essential. The speech reminds them that every choice matters, that every no to distraction is a step closer to significance, and that persistence is the bridge between dreams and reality. They walk away equipped to resist the temptation of comfort and immediate gratification, recognizing these as the very things that can derail their destiny. The speech also cultivates a deep appreciation for sacrifice and patience. Audience members realize that the hardships they face are not obstacles meant to stop them. They are opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Every act of discipline, every challenge overcome, every delay endured is understood as an investment in a life of impact. By the end of the speech, there is a palpable sense of empowerment and accountability. People no longer wait for circumstances to determine their future. They take ownership. They are inspired to act deliberately, align their actions with their purpose, and commit to goals with intensity and focus that is unwavering. Vision replaces distraction, and intention replaces randomness. Finally, the speech plants seeds of fulfillment and legacy. Listeners see that their effort is not in vain. They understand that fulfillment is not just a reward, it is the natural outcome of living intentionally, staying focused, and pursuing significance. The fire lit by the speech carries beyond the room. It drives real action, encourages bold decisions, and inspires the audience to build lives that leave lasting impact. In short, the result of this speech is transformation. It takes ordinary attention and turns it into extraordinary focus. It takes scattered energy and channels it into persistent action. It takes dreams and aligns them with purpose, sacrifice, and vision. And most importantly, it leaves every listener empowered to live a life where nothing can distract them from what is truly worth it.